The Minister of State for Local Government, Honorable Jennifer Namuyangu, has warned Arua district leadership and the district coronavirus disease COVID-19 task force against misusing the food and money donated to the district to fight the pandemic. Namuyangu sounded the warning after the district authority confirmed that they have received tons of food from the office of the Prime Minister and shillings 165 million from the central government.
Mr. Chairman, we agreed at the National Task Force that donations that are received in the local governments are going to be used there. But for the food, you should work with the LCs to identify the very vulnerable people. But when it comes to distribution, use the army, the security, to do door-to-door distribution of this food. We don't have to see a situation where the distribution of food is again going to be a source of COVID. So that one must be clear. And people also should know that as a country we cannot afford to feed everybody. So kindly identify the ones we call double Z. Those who are working for daily food, zenkola, zendia.
Meanwhile, on the shillings 165 million, Namuyangu said the money has been released with strict guidelines which can land concerned officials in jail if not followed as stipulated. She asked Mr. Donath Eswelu, the Chief Administrative Officer of Arua, to prepare to be arrested in case he dares to misappropriate the said money.
And when it comes to the 165 million, I don't think it has even been used. It has strict guidelines from the PSST. Most of this money is allowances for the medical staff who have been working, for fuel, for maintenance of vehicles, and the cow come out clearly to tell people how the breakdown is done. Because we don't want a scenario where people will assume that this is a lot of money, it has been eaten, you eat it, you know where to go. If PSs are in prison, if pastors are in prison, if RDCs are in prison, for you I can assure you, they will send, they call them what, crime preventers to pick you. So be as transparent as possible.
Namuyangu was reacting to Mr. Sam Wadrinyakwa, the Arua district chairman, who raised the concern about public outcry on the need for accountability of the food and funds donated to the district.
I hear a number of people complaining on radio. I also picked the mayor making a comment on radio for food. I don't know how much food we have. I wanted you to guide this meeting about how much food we have and what should be done about it. And I want to suggest that specifically create time, go to the radio and read out these donations one by one, so that everybody in the world of Arua should know what has been contributed and of what amount, of what quantity, so that people should be able to know. Because the impression out there is that there is a lot of donation here on which the district task force is sitting. Number two, Cow, I don't know where you are, the 165 million, you also go to the radio and explain to the people how much of that you have withdrawn and you have used for what.
However, in response, Eswelu said the accountability of the shillings 165 million is a small thing to him, as he has over years accounted for much more money than that.
I think 165 million doesn't worry me because I've accounted for more money than that. From the onset, I want to tell this meeting that out of the 165 million, not even a cent has been spent yet. We received the cash limits last week. We do, for those who don't know, there's what we call warranting. And then the requisitions were just generated yesterday by the district health officer in line with the guidelines that were issued by the PS Minister of Local Government in consultation with Minister of Health. It is basically going to be spent in about four thematic areas. One will be allowances for health workers who have been working on this COVID. Two, it will be for welfare. Three, it will be for fuel. Four, it will be for vehicle maintenance.